We're here to prove today that eating healthy doesn't have to break the bank. This 21-day cheap Mediterranean diet meal plan is your complete guide to an affordable, delicious, and sustainable way of eating. I designed this plan specifically around budget-friendly staples like beans, lentils, whole grains, good quality proteins. The goal is to show you how to maximize flavor and nutrition while minimizing your grocery bill. Over the next 21 days, you'll build habits that save you money, improve your health. So let's dive in to why the Mediterranean diet is the perfect choice for budget conscious eaters. I'm Nick here at the Health Report. I'm a holistic nutritionist with over 20 years of experience. I have one of the number one Pinterest pages for all things Mediterranean diet, carb cycling, intermittent fasting, and metabolic eating. So let's get into the Mediterranean diet. Many people assume the Mediterranean diet is expensive, but the truth is it's inherently affordable and accessible. The foundation of this diet is built on cheap, shelf-stable ingredients like legumes, grains, and of course, seasonal produce. So look at the key budget principles here. They're all about efficiency and cost control. We focus on plant-based proteins because they cost pennies per serving compared to meat. While I tend to not promote a completely plant-based diet with grocery prices now and a lot of people choosing plant-based, I thought it would be helpful to share this type of video. So strategic meal planning and using leftovers are non-negotiable when you're trying to eat a budget-friendly Mediterranean diet. That's how we eliminate food waste and double our efficiency. This approach is what makes a 21-day plan so effective for your wallet. Now let's see how to put these principles into action in week one. So here we go. Week one is about establishing a solid, budget-friendly routine using simple, cheap staples. Notice the consistency in the breakfast column here. Oatmeal every single day. This keeps costs low and simplifies your mornings. A trick with oatmeal is I like to sprinkle a little bit of collagen or whey protein powder, vanilla if you don't mind the flavor. Also, you can get a good quality protein for 25 or $30, so it doesn't add a lot to it. So the real cost-saving magic here happens with batch cooking and leftovers. So we start with a big pot of lentil soup on day one, and that soup becomes lunch for the next 2 days. This strategy ensures zero food waste and minimizes cooking time during the week. Our focus this week is building confidence with super affordable ingredients like oats, lentils, chickpeas. Once we master this foundation, we can expand our options in week two, as you see here. So, building on the foundation of week one, week two expands your repertoire without inflating your budget or breaking the bank. So, we switch the breakfast to Greek yogurt, which is still affordable but adds a little protein boost. I like to add collagen or protein powder to Greek yogurt as well. So we maintain the crucial leftover strategy, but introduce affordable lean proteins like chicken and canned tuna. So look at the variety here. We move from simple soups to chicken skewers, shashuka, and even black bean burgers. This variety keeps you engaged and prevents meal fatigue, which is a real thing. The key takeaway for week two is proving that variety doesn't have to mean additional expenses. We're using smart, affordable protein sources to keep that budget in check. Now we move on to week three, where we really start mastering these techniques. Week three is where you transition from following a plan to truly mastering Mediterranean cooking techniques. So we're going to introduce a protein-rich egg breakfast, which is very budget-friendly, but offers a different flavor profile. The dinners this week focus on creative, efficient cooking methods like one-pan meals and stuffed vegetables. So notice the sheet pan lemon herb chicken. That's a complete meal with minimal cleanup, maximizing your time and efficiency. We love the one sheet pan meals here in my household of five. By day 20, you have a leftover buffet encouraging you to use up every last bit of food. This final week builds confidence with diverse, efficient, and delicious meals. Next, let's break down the cost of these simple and affordable breakfast staples. So we've established the meal plan structure. Now let's look at how we can keep the most important meal of the day affordable. These three simple rotations ensure your mornings are nutritious without breaking the bank. And it helps you stay consistent, which is one of the toughest parts about any healthy diet, including the Mediterranean. So I want you to notice the cost saving here. Oatmeal is a clear winner at just about 75 cents, making it the ultimate breakfast champion. but you can add maybe 25 to 50 cents when we include that protein powder. So even the most expensive option, the eggs with feta and spinach, is still only $1.50 when compared to the oatmeal of just 75 cents. So we're talking about huge savings compared to buying breakfast out or making these elaborate type of breakfasts. The key is rotating these three options to prevent boredom while maximizing the efficiency of your grocery list. Now that we have breakfast covered, let's dive into the foundation of our budget meal plan, which is batch cooking. So this is the most important recipe of your entire 21-day cheap Mediterranean budget-friendly plan. This hearty lentil soup is the ultimate budget staple because it delivers huge flavor and protein for about $1 per serving. Now, all of the recipes, I'm not going to put them all in this presentation, but I will put a link to the meal plan that is on my website where you can easily access the recipes for free. So lentils are a powerhouse of cheap Mediterranean eating, giving you about 18 grams of serving per cup at very little cost. So we make a big batch of this on day one because it actually tastes better the next day and it freezes really well. This one recipe forms the backbone of our lunch strategy for the entire first week. Speaking of quick, affordable meals, next up is a weeknight hero that uses pantry staples. Chickpea curry. When you need a quick, flavorful meal that uses pantry staples, this chickpea curry is your hero. It's a one-pot wonder, meaning minimal cleanup, which is a huge win on a busy weeknight. The combination of chickpeas and spinach gives you a powerful dose of protein and iron, and the use of coconut milk creates a restaurant-quality richness without needing a long list of expensive ingredients. For just about $1.75 per serving, you get a complex, satisfying meal ready in under 30 minutes. But what if you need a meal that's even cheaper and faster? This classic Italian recipe proves that the cheapest meals can also be elegant and even kind of ones that you wouldn't expect to be cheap. Pasta aglio e olio is pure, I probably butchered that, Mediterranean magic, requiring only 5 ingredients and about 15 minutes. At just 75 cents per serving, this is a perfect meal for when the budget is tightest. The secret here is the technique, slowly infusing the olive oil with garlic, then using starchy pasta water to create a silky, clinging sauce. This simple method elevates pantry staples into a truly memorable dish. Now let's look at a no-cook option that's perfect for meal prepping. This protein pack favorite, Greek chickpea salad. So we need meals that require zero cooking, especially for easy weekday lunches. And this great Greek chickpea salad is the champion. You can even add a little bit of chicken or tuna or something like that. It's packed with protein, even just from the chickpeas, especially if you're on some type of Mediterranean diet or just, vegetarian diet, or just don't have the money for protein, for animal protein, or just trying to cut back a little bit. The salad actually gets better after a day in the fridge as those flavors marinate, making it ideal for like a Sunday meal prep. You can make a double batch and have lunch sorted for 3 or 4 days. For about $2 a serving, you get a complete high fiber, no cook meal. Next, we move on to a fantastic one-pan dinner that simplifies cleanup. This is one of my favorites. We've looked at several affordable recipes, and now we move on to the ultimate time and money saver, the wonderful sheet pan meal. This one pan lemon herb chicken is a complete dinner for about $3.50 per serving, making it incredibly budget friendly. The genius here is the efficiency. The chicken juices drip down and flavor the potatoes and the green beans as a roast or whatever vegetables you can put, squash or carrots, that type of thing. You get a flavorful, balanced meal with minimal hands-on time and only one pan to wash, which is amazing when you have kids or just don't like to clean, which is a huge win, of course, just on a busy weeknight. Now let's look at a delicious vegetarian option that is just as cost effective. This is a vegetarian star, but you can also put like a ground beef or ground chicken in this. It's really cheap to make, stuffed bell peppers. This recipe is a budget powerhouse because it relies on 2 of the cheapest protein sources that we have, quinoa and black beans. Together, they form a complete protein, which is one of the big issues with vegetarian and vegan protein sources, is that they don't get a complete protein unless you combine certain things. So you get maximum nutrition for about $2.25 a serving. This bell pepper acts as a built-in serving vessel, making portion control easy and presentation beautiful. We can easily double this recipe for meal prep, which brings us to the next critical topic, how to shop smart, which can make or break your budget-friendly meal plan here. So we can cook the most affordable recipes, but if we don't shop smart, we'll still waste money. These 5 strategies are the core of slashing your grocery bill by $40 to $60 every week. So first, always shop with a list. Impulse buys are the number one budget killer and waistline killer too, because the impulse buys are usually not very healthy. Second, focus on seasonal produce because it costs significantly less than imported or out of season items. Finally, remember that frozen vegetables are often cheaper, just as nutritious, and eliminate food waste entirely. So these strategies help us fill our kitchen with the next set of essentials pantry staples. A well-stocked pantry is a secret weapon for budget cooking. It allows you to make a meal anytime without an emergency trip to the store, which can lead to buying stuff you don't need or those impulse buys too. So notice how many of these staples are plant-based proteins, like dried lentils and canned beans. These items cost pennies per serving and are the foundation for cheap Mediterranean meals. We also focus on flavor builders like olive oil, garlic, pretty much add that to everything, dried herbs, which are inexpensive but transform simple ingredients into delicious food. Investing about $40 in these core items gives you the foundation for dozens of meals. So let's wrap up this journey. Your Mediterranean journey starts now, and you don't have the excuse of saying that the ingredients are too expensive. I know we've covered a lot of ground, but the main takeaway is simple. Healthy eating does not require a huge budget or time commitment. The Mediterranean diet specifically is inherently affordable because it prioritizes cheap plant-based proteins or high quality animal proteins, whole grains, and vegetables. Remember that batch cooking and using leftovers are the key to maximizing efficiency and stretching your dollar the furthest. So your next step is to just pick 3 recipes from this plan, try them this week, start small, build confidence, and enjoy the journey to sustainable, budget-friendly health. Thanks for watching. Again, the links for the meal plan, the full 21-day meal plan, and every single recipe is in the description. Subscribe for more content just like this.